Hey there, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope that your days are filled with joy and with family and with good food and without thoughts of the weight that you're going to have to lose. I wanted to share with you today something that happened right here in this club room just 4 days ago. We're recording this on a Friday, so on Monday night we had Mr. Christmas Tree. Mr. Christmas Tree was a pageant for 5 guys who they got to show off their talents. They got to do an entrance video that were so creative and so incredible. And this place was packed out, and it was just zany, crazy energy and fun. And then it slowed down, and a senior from Lakeshore High School got to give the club talk. Usually it's an adult, one of the leaders that's up here, sharing a 15-minute gospel-centered message, but Denver had reached out and said, I really want to share some things that I've went through in my family and how Christ has helped me get through that, and how my young life leaders have helped me dig deeper in my faith. So we give them that opportunity. And it never ceases to amaze me how when a peer gives that talk, how much quieter the club room is, how much more respectful the listeners are, and how much more impact the talk has. So Denver sat here, right here on the stage, and he shared about how there's been some hard things in his life, divorce in his family, just some things that brought on, abandonment issues that he may have had, and how he questioned God, that he could even be, that God could be present. Is there a God if I could have went through all these things, is what he was asking himself. And he gave the club talk, he prayed over the group, we had sugar cookies, and we went about our way. And that wasn't the most impactful thing. What happened later, about an hour later, a student reached out to me and said, hey, I can't sleep, can I talk? And I said, what's up? And this person launched in and said, what Denver shared tonight basically broke something loose within me, and I want to share now. And we see this every time a student gives a talk. It could be the best talk you've ever heard, or it could be the worst talk you've ever heard. But there's something about a student talking to other students that breaks something free inside of the listeners. So this student reaches out and says, as soon as I got home from club, I just started writing down, I want to give a club talk. Can I share with you my thoughts? And I said, feel free, share them. And immediately this text comes through. I mean, it was just an enormous text. And this person went on to say that there was some sexual assault in their past, that there was these really hard things that they had to walk through that they've never really told anybody except for really close family. Now, I've known this person since 2016, since I started at Young Life, and I never knew these things. This is probably a kid that I would consider myself one of the closest kids that I have. I was blown away that I had never heard this before, and I was so privileged, and I told this person that I just felt privileged that they invited me in and shared it with me, that they trust me enough to share with me what had happened. And this person went on to say that they want to share in the club room to their peers what happened to them. It's going to be a really hard thing for this person to share. They said it's going to bring tears like they've never cried before. Not even sure they're going to be able to get through the whole thing. They want to invite their family members in to kind of strategically walk through, how do we tell this story in the right way? And I asked, why do you want to do this? And the response was so profound. The person said, God got me through it and healed me in places that I never knew I could be healed, but it was through the friendships at Young Life, through the church connection that I made over these last 4 years. It was the people who came around me that God used to help heal me. And I think if I tell my story, other people will then be healed. This person said, I have no doubt that there's people in this audience who will have a similar interaction than what I had when I was younger. And I think if I talk about my pain, it will free them to talk about their pain. And I just can't tell you enough how that crazy, zany club that happened before the talk sometimes doesn't feel like the gospel. But it all breaks down barriers, breaks down walls to give the kids a chance to see that this is a safe and fun place that they can come and hear about Jesus. And every once in a while, we get to see just some real fruit from our labor. And this was one of those times. So as a committee member, I know that there's probably times that you wonder, what is it that we do? You don't get to see the in the thick of it stuff. And I just can't thank you enough for being people who believe in what we're doing, who believe in the people who are doing it, and who get together and say, what's next? Let's keep people accountable and what's next. Let's love on people and what's next. You're constantly pushing for what's next. And I just hope that this is a little bit of wind in your sail to push you on to what's next. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.